welcome to the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Brought to you in part by Master Networks Wylie and powered by the Difference Media LLC. Today's show is hosted by the creator of the North Texas Community Difference series, Lendon Wilson, and co-hosted by Knapp with Norwex, environmentally friendly and chemical-free cleaning products, and Marissa Page with Page Restoration. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals. So sit back and relax as our co-host and their guests share thoughts and insights about being a professional and the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in a very special way. Because the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie starts now.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. I'm Lendon Wilson, the creator of the Difference Radio live streaming podcast. We started this almost 4 years ago, be 4 years in October, as a radio show. And we did that for about 4 months. And if you think about 2019, 4 months, 5 months, getting into 2020, everybody knows what happened. COVID happened. And so we went from a radio show to doing live streaming because we weren't allowed to go to the studio. So everybody was doing Zoom calls and everybody hated Zoom calls. And we wanted to put a twist on what we were doing. And so we created the difference. And over the last 4 years, almost 4 years in October, we've had over 4 million local viewers. And we're really excited about that because it's people that love their community, want to know what's going on in their community, want to support the small businesses and the business owners that make those communities so very special. And it's amazing that we learned over these years how many incredible people, activities, and events that are happening in our communities that a lot of people just don't know about. And so we've expanded this platform for that specific reason, to give everybody a voice that needs an opportunity to share their story. A lot of times, a lot of these small business owners have overcome some incredible adversity in order to get where they are today. And if you've ever been a small business owner, it can be a tough gig. I mean, it really can. It's hard. There's a lot of hats that you have to wear, and a lot of times you don't have the professional training in a lot of those areas. So it's basically on the job training, and you're really good at what you do. But there's a lot of work that goes into it. And so anything that we can do to help them, we work and help nonprofits. We bring voices to nonprofits as well. We've had several of those on our show in the past. So before I talk any more, right now, I want to bring in our co-hosts. So we have co-hosts on each show. The co-hosts that we have on the Wylie Difference is they're all Master Networks Wylie members. And we're going to talk about Master Networks in a little bit. But I want to bring on Marley and Marissa. How are you doing, ladies?
Good.
Got my screens right here. How are y'all doing?
Good.
All right. Well, I know both of you, when I'm talking about struggles of a small business owner, both of you for the past week have been struggling with a summer cold. And what we weren't sure there for a minute if either one of you were going to be able to make it today, and y'all powered through, which is kind of what small business owners do, right? We almost don't have time to be sick.
No, you don't.
You know, it's I've never been one, but I will compare being a small business owner to a mother.
I was just thinking
You don't have time to take off. You just get up and you go.
Yep.
And you know, dads are a little different, for good or better. But moms and small business owners, the world doesn't care if you feel bad. It's just, you know, you go to work, you take care of the kids. We all do what we have to do. But again, thank you for being here. I'm excited to meet your guest. There was a little scrambling on that as well. Marley, you pulled another rabbit out of the hat. You guys are becoming so good at this that now you understand that, you know what, I've got a backup plan because the people that we invite on are small business owners too. And sometimes because they have a day job, they can't come and share their time with us. And so we really are respectful and appreciative of the time that they do give us and a chance for us to learn about their businesses. Marissa, I'm going to go with you first. I want you to tell everybody a little bit about who you are and about page restoration. And then we'll go with Marley. Then we're going to bring on y'all's guests, and then we'll do our What's Up Wiley segment.
Perfect. So yes, my name is Marissa Page. I own Page Restoration. We're located here in Wylie. We specialize in water damage, mold remediation. We're licensed through the state with our mold contractor's license. And then we also hold a triple master certification with the IICRC. I tell people all the time that just means that we're a master of our trade. We have every certification under the sun. So we really specialize in educating our clients and following or helping them go through with the claims process. That process is never easy, especially if you've never been on that side. So all of our technicians are trained to provide you with education first. We don't go in to make a sell. There's no sell to be done. It's your home, it's your business that's affected. So we start by assessing the damages, see what's going on, provide you with the scope, everything that needs to happen. And then we just get started from there. So we've been in business for about 2 years now. We had our 2-year anniversary a couple weeks ago. So that was super exciting. We were super busy and I got halfway through the day and I was like, oh, it's our 2-year anniversary, so
That's awesome. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, it's been so much fun. I really enjoy it.
All right, Marley, tell us a little bit about what your business is and what you do.
So I'm Marley, and my business is with Norwex. Norwex offers chemical-free and sustainable solutions for your home to help you clean and maintain your home using microfiber and water primarily, and then enzyme cleaners to help those other tough jobs that you might have. I spend a lot of time networking and building relationships with my customers through events, parties on Facebook, and in-home parties. I am working on a new tactic to go in and kind of assess what someone maybe is traditionally cleaning with, and then give them solutions for specific replacements for each of those items. But really just kind of building a network that way, and then just helping people eliminate the toxins from their homes so that they can live a cleaner and healthier lifestyle.
That's awesome. I never thought about going in and just doing an evaluation, because most of us buy based off of the ads we see on television or what our friends use, and we don't really understand what we're putting into our house or using in our house. So that's a really cool.
And we have so many
strategy.
different options too. So we have multiple different things to that. So it's like, if I can say, well, this specific thing replaced this for me in my home. So for example, I have a specific cloth that I said, okay, this one helped me eliminate disinfecting wipes. And disinfecting wipes are considered a pesticide, and most people don't know that. But it's on the label if you read it. So just kind of educating and encouraging people to look at that kind of thing to make better choices for their health through that standpoint. In addition, of course, we all, we work out, we eat right, or those kinds of things. People forget to look at the aspect of kind of what they're cleaning with and how that can be impacting them as well. So.
Awesome. All right, ladies. Now we're going to go, and it's time for us to introduce your guests. We're going to bring them in, and then once we let them talk a little bit about what they've got going, we're going to do the What's Up Wiley segment. We may have to push that back behind the break based on time, but if not, we'll get to it before. But Marley, go first. Introduce your guest, and then Marissa, you'll introduce yours.
Okay, so I have Alex today, and he is actually one of my neighbors. He grew up in the neighborhood here in Wylie where I live. I went to the same elementary school that my kids did. My kids are younger than him, but he just lives around the corner. So it was a fun connection to meet him at Master Networks a few weeks back. He and his family have a bakery that they started in their home, and it has expanded. I believe now they're in Grand Prairie with a shop over there. But it's very tailored to the community that he grew up in and is part of in his culture. So
Awesome. All right. And Marissa, Marissa.
Yes. So my guest today is Janie. She owns Wylie Nutrition in Wylie. I've known her for probably about 4 years, maybe a little bit longer. In my previous life, I was a health coach for a very short period of time, and she was a great mentor. And so I have kind of kept up with her over the years, and she's great. She knows all the ins and outs of Herbalife, and Wylie Nutrition's amazing.
All right. Well, let's bring them in now. Welcome to the show, Janie and Alex. Happy to have you here. I've met Alex before. I've never met Janie before, so I'm excited to meet you.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for the introduction, Marley.
Well, we're going to start ladies first. So I'm going to let Janie go first and tell her a little bit about herself and Wylie Nutrition. Just some brief stuff. We're going to get into a little bit more in depth after the break because I want to know how y'all got into what you did, what you're doing, and what your motivation was, what your passion is, and share any stories. But Janie, you go first.
Yeah, so I own Wylie Nutrition. And first of all, let me say thank you so much, Marissa, for asking me. It's an honor to be on here. And it's been so cool to see you grow such a successful business. That's been very cool to watch. So I'm very proud of you. We've been open Wylie Nutrition for 7 years, or we're about to celebrate our 7-year anniversary September 1st, actually. And I'm actually a former teacher. So I went into that, like people do, wanting to make a change and make a difference. And so I did that for 14 years. And then I discovered this opportunity with Herbalife. So I did that a little bit before we opened the club. And then we just had an opportunity to open a brick and mortar. And so I was able to change my teaching style from middle school to our brick and mortar here. So we just really have a passion for helping people change their lives through nutrition and fitness.
Well, that's awesome. I've got a lot of questions for you, and for anybody that might be watching. I want to say this: if you see my head turning, or it looks like I'm not paying attention, I'm actually producing the show as well. I'm taking notes. I've got 15 different boards here that I'm working on. So it's not that I'm not paying attention. I really am. It's just that I'm driving a lot of ships right now. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, Alex, I know that you and I've met at Master Networks a couple of times, and I think you're doing a wonderful job in representing your business. Share with everybody a little bit about that business and how y'all got started.
Yeah. So my mom, it was really a side hustle for her about 20 years ago. In the house that we grew up in our garage, my mom had these huge ovens in our garage. And she would take them to the emerging African stores. And, she stuck with it. And 20 years later, we're in over 30 different locations: Houston, Austin, Arkansas. And, we're hoping to continue to expand and grow.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations on that. All right, we're going to go now to a quick segment. And when we come back from break, we're going to get more in depth in about y'all's business. But we do want to talk about our What's Up Wylie segment now. Let me make sure I've got that all queued up and ready to go. Let me see. Yeah, here we go.
What's up, Wylie?
There we go. All right, so Marissa or Marley, who wants to go first? And then Alex and Janie, if y'all have any thoughts or ideas on some things that are going on in Wylie, we want you to be able to share that too. But Marley, we'll go with you first. You're muted, Marley.
Sorry about that. I want to take just a second to highlight something that's going on downtown Wylie all month long. It looks like Friday and Saturday nights at Herman Marshall. And that is where we have our meetings on Thursdays. It's a really cool location. They've got a neat room upstairs for banquets and entertaining, and then they've got the kind of the lounge downstairs. But they are having live music every weekend this month, and I think it's primarily local artists. So if you are looking for something to do, it's a great place to hang out and get to know people and just kind of be downtown in the Wylie vibe. And of course, this week too is back to school. So I know I've got 3 different schools to go to for back meet the teacher, and then tonight is the like Wylie East is having their spirit night or something over at the high school. So
Awesome. Marissa, do you have anything for us?
Yes. So I wanted to touch on that we are hiring. We're looking for another technician. We are growing rapidly. So I am looking for somebody with or without experience. If you're green, I'll train you. Well, I don't know if I would. It would be the guys. But
You'll make sure they get trained, right?
yes, most definitely. But I am definitely looking for somebody. And then eventually, as we get busier, I'm going to be hiring a second person in my office. I have one currently beside myself. So definitely a technician, if anybody knows anybody.
All right. Well, y'all heard it. That's one thing that we want to start doing here as well, is just talking about the people and the businesses that are hiring within the Wylie area, because there's a lot of people hiring. And
Edward
so
is hiring too, right? With EG Home Renovations.
I think so. Yeah. I think you
Yeah.
mentioned that last time. So we want to make sure that everybody knows, if you're looking for a good place to work, Page Restoration will be at that place, and many more. Alex, do you or Janie know anything? Y'all want to share anything that might be going on in Wylie we need to know about?
I will say, I don't know about any events, but I will say that Wylie is growing so rapidly. There's so many new businesses popping up. So I think at the very least, people should check out some of the new growth that's going on. And I mean, really just enjoy the city for what it is.
Good point. Good point. What about you, Janie?
I am a mom too. So like Marley was saying, I'm concentrated a lot on all the school things right now. We've got kids at a junior high and then Wylie High. So I know they've got a lot of activities coming up as well this week.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to take our first break right now. And when we get back from that, we're going to give Janie and Alex a little bit more time to talk about their business. And then we'll get into a few questions with Marissa and Marley as well. So everybody stick around. We'll be right back.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by Juan Payon and JP Direct Health, providing affordable health insurance solutions as a proactive protection, not a reactive solution. Allison Wilson and Community Wealth Advisors, Life Well Planned. Angela Tucker with Coldwell Banker Apex. Here to help you discover your real estate dreams and build wealth through all stages of life. Cordell Reynolds with Platinum Eagle Mortgage. Your mortgage journey starts here. Marley Knapp with Norwex, chemical-free, sustainable solutions for your home. And by Terra Padilla with Texan Window Cleaning. Don't let dirty windows be your pane in the glass.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together, we can make the difference. And now back to the show.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Want to give a quick shout out also to Master Networks, Wylie. It's the group that Marissa and Marley and I are part of, along with the other co-host of the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Incredible group. Ladies, do y'all want to share anything about what's going on? I mean, over the past few weeks, I mean, what have we had? 45, 50 people attending at a time, and high energy. I brought a couple of guests last week, and I was excited to do it finally, because I have been just screaming to everybody how great this group is, how energetic it is, how productive it is. You know, that's a big thing. A lot of us have been part of networking groups, and you go and everybody passes business cards out and you shake hands, and then you don't hear from them again till next week or whatever. But there's so much business conducted in hours, and there's so much support. It's not just about business. It's like Brittany, our new president, says, it's not just about the ROI, because there's so much more that we get out of there. The coaching that we get, bless her heart, Marley last week was really fighting her cold, and she still stuck it out and did the training for us. And it was on leadership, and it was powerful. But share your thoughts on Master Network so that people understand. And, as I was saying, the three guys that I invited, once they left there, they go, man, you really undersold it. It was way more than what you had made us believe it was going to be. And so hopefully we'll get a few more members out of that, because with the more people we have, the more people we can help.
I've really enjoyed being part of the group. It's been very empowering. It's been very good for my self-confidence. And outside of my Norwex networking that I do at our conferences and things that we have, I've never been around a group of people that just genuinely seeks to uplift the people around them, to support and encourage and go out of their way to make recommendations and just help each other. It's been incredible.
Yeah, I agree. So I joined the group right before it launched. It was, I think, I need to go back and look, but I think I was like member number 11 or 12, but
Wow.
maybe one. No, I'm kidding. So I joined it right before it launched, and we had just started our business. I was working full time away from the business, and I lost that job, and so I was devastated. I was alone. I didn't have coworkers anymore, and so that was like my escape from being stuck. At that time, we were operating from our house, but I was stuck at home all the time. So it became my favorite time of the week. I don't miss it for anything. Y'all did not know me when I had my last baby, but I was there like right before I had him. I was determined. I scheduled my induction around it. It sounds kind of crazy, but those are my people. And I stop by Wylie Nutrition Thursday mornings, most of the time if I have time. And Janie's always like, "Are you going to your meeting?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you should go." So it's amazing, and I don't think that you can sell it enough, because you cannot talk about what you get from that. The value is so much more than the ROI.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make a bold statement now. You tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
Okay.
It will transform you as a business professional.
Absolutely.
I've been going. I moved over to Wylie back in February, I believe, and it's impacted me. I've been an entrepreneur for over 30 years, and entrepreneurs are always growing. If you're not growing, then you're missing the boat, right? You're one of your biggest responsibilities is to continue to grow personally and professionally. And this has helped me so much in so many ways, but I'm seeing others that grow, and you just see the authenticity and sincerity of their appreciation of the whole group for helping them reach new levels of professionalism. And we don't talk as much about ROI as a lot of other groups do. We have good ROI, but it's just how much we are progressing as business professionals and how much better our businesses are becoming. Would y'all agree with that statement?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see myself in a completely different light than I did when I started coming in October last year. I had been in a rut for like almost 2 years where I just was kind of staying with the people that I had kind of worked through my warm network of people. And I wanted desperately to build my business locally. I had no idea how to do that. And I walked in the first time I came to Master Networks, and I just was blown away and immediately walked out with value and content that I could put into my team to help them with their business. And then there was like Marissa said, there's no skipping. Like I'm there pretty much every time. So.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Well, we've got about 7 minutes now before our next break. So I want to give, we're going to go with Janie first. Janie, talk a little bit more about Wylie Nutrition. And one of the questions that I wrote down when you were talking, I mean, you said that you've been a teacher. We've had so many people come on our show lately that have been teachers and have gone into the entrepreneurial world. What was the biggest difference, challenge, however you want to say it, from being a teacher to being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's a great question. Teachers work so hard. So it's not that I'm working any less hard. It's just for the benefit of my family and my business now. So I had just gotten to the point where I mean, God bless the teachers. Let me tell you that. I
Right.
appreciate them so much. I just was ready to not be one anymore. It just was not what I had signed up for necessarily after 14 years. And then by then I had my husband and I have 5 kids together. So we're very busy. 3 of them we have launched into the world now. So we're down to 2, but, even though aspects of having your own business, you are busier, you do have the freedom to design your own schedule to a certain point. And so that allowed me to be able to drop my kids off every day, be at any activity of theirs I wanted to, pick them up every day. So I went from spending more time with other people's kids than my own, to being able to be with mine as much as I want to. So that's really the big difference for me.
That's awesome. And I don't think people do realize that is that, the hours that a teacher puts in. I mean, it's funny you said 14 years, Jenny, because I was a high school football coach for 14 years. And we, as coaches, figured out one day how much we made per hour. And it came to about $1.50 per hour. That's what we were making because that's how many hours we spent. Because people don't realize it. Just because you're not at school doesn't mean you're not working on school. And then you have, and I was fortunate because my son was was going to school there, so I got to spend time with him too. But you do spend more time with everybody else's kids than you do your own. And that's a difficult thing sometimes for your own kids to handle. But yeah, bless the teachers' hearts because it's a different world now than it was years ago, and we're seeing a transition of teachers into the professional world. And my hope and wish is that we keep good teachers. But I'm happy to see the transitions as well. Alex, talk to me a little bit now about the business. I want to. So you said your mom started 20 years ago,
Yes, sir.
and how did you get involved in it, and what's your passion for what she does?
Well, I mean, my mom sacrificed everything for me, you know. I mean, there's not really any other way to put it. I mean, whenever you like, the job isn't glamorous. I mean, I'm working right now. I feel like any moment someone's about to bust through the door and ask me to do something, right? Like, we're up at 2:33 a.m. We work pretty much. Some days we can work 16 hours, 12 hours is normal. Whenever you start to understand how much work someone puts in so that you have a comfortable life, it makes you realize that you have to do something about it. I'm in college right now. I didn't take any classes this summer, so I just decided to spend as much time as I can to learn more about business. And I feel like over these past 7 months I've been working here, I've learned just as much, if not more, than I have, you know, and I'm a junior in college in business. So I just feel like I'm getting the right experience. Um, and you really start to like when you really start to find purpose in what you're doing, it becomes fun. So I just feel like I wake up every day, get to make fun of the people I work with, and go home and hopefully build an empire.
Well, you said something about working 16 hours a day, and there's a lot of entrepreneurs that put in those hours. And if you don't love what you're doing, I mean, no one's going to put in 16 hours a day if you don't love and have that purpose that you talked about, Alex. I think that's what a lot of us really can appreciate about the career paths that we've chosen is it does make us feel like we have a purpose. It makes us feel like that we're serving the community and the world, and we feel good about that. Now it serves us back because, as you said, Janie, we get a chance to be with our families more. We get a chance to have the freedom and flexibility to coordinate our schedule. Now, I want to put an asterisk by that. Just because we can coordinate and structure our schedule to maybe have a vacation and spend a little time with our family doesn't mean that we don't work a Sunday or a Saturday or till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because we took that time, right? The only difference is, I mean, what there's a meme. I wish I had it pulled up right now. Um, that the entrepreneur is the only person in the world that would leave a 40-hour go take on an 80-hour a week job. And that's kind of the way it is, right?
No, you're right.
So we got Paul Fisher jumped in earlier, and I think he was talking about uh, the Master Networks group that he attended last week, and he did say agreed it was a great group. And then Angela, thank you for reaching out. We appreciate you watching, appreciate you participating. So talk a little bit more. I'll tell you what, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about networking in our communities and why that's so very important for all of us as business owners. And so let me get to where we need to be, and we'll be right back, folks.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Are you looking for new or more reliable and affordable home services? Look no further than Utility Connect. At Utility Connect, we understand that every customer is different. Thanks to our partnership with The Difference, our free concierge service seamlessly shops all of your utilities and services for your home or business with one easy phone call. So what are you waiting for? Call Utility Connect today and experience the difference. For more information, give us a call at 469-414-2033 or visit us at www.utilityconnect.net/thedifference to learn more.
Are you a business owner looking to grow your company? Get fast, easy financing up to $5 million with no minimum FICO score required. Apply in 60 seconds and get funded in 24 hours. Call Jim Thomas at 214-629-7223 to talk to a financing professional today. Your business's future is waiting. So don't delay. Call now and tell him that you saw him on The Difference.
And now back to the show.
All right. We want to thank our sponsors for supporting the show, allowing us to do what we do and bring the attention to the people that deserve it so much in the Wylie area. Alex mentioned earlier all the new businesses that are popping up, and Wylie is growing. And we're excited about the growth of Wylie. We're excited to meet the new people and the new businesses that are bringing so much and serving the community so well. So now we want to kind of go to our main topic that we have, and we do a topic each month. This month it's about networking, and the best practices for networking, how you build professional relationships in a local setting, right? We're not gonna, Alex. I doubt you're. Well, you just mentioned that y'all had business in Arkansas, which is where I'm from. So I'm curious to know where in Arkansas y'all have your bread. I can send some friends there. So we all do business everywhere, right? Especially in a digital world now. We can ship, send products. It might be a little different for Marissa. She's more of the local. They're not going to go to California and do restoration. Probably. I mean, you might if it was a big enough job.
Yep. If it was a storm event, we would.
That's right. So, but the purpose of our show really is to show the people how much we are committed to serving our community. And you got to start there first, right? and before you can serve everybody else. It's kind of like you take care of your own home first, and then you take care of others. So let's talk a little bit. Who wants to go first and talk a little bit about some of their networking practices and how you build these relationships so that it leads to a better businesses practices for you, more business for you, more customers. Who wants to take that first?
I can start.
Okay.
So I actually, it's kind of funny for me. Norwex is a direct sales company and network marketing. And so that's kind of the structure that the business is created around, is, you go and you do an event and you meet people. And then from that event, you meet new people. And for almost 5 years, I was in the network marketing industry, and I walked into Master Networks last October and I went, oh, this is how you network. Like, I have learned so much about professional networking and business, being part of this group, that it like completely has changed my approach to my business. It's been really insightful. And one of my favorite things that we do with the Master Networks is when we set up our one-on-one or face-to-face meetings, and just sit down with somebody and either have lunch or coffee, or just get together and get to know them. Most of us end up saying, oh, we spent an hour and a half together before we even realized it was that long, and we only talked about business for just a few minutes, but really building that relationship. And then the give back to the community, volunteering and being connected, both of those things are just huge.
Absolutely. Janie, what about you? I mean, with building a new business and coming out of the teaching realm, I'm sure you had to develop some relationships and put yourself in a position to have customers. How did you go about doing that? What was your strategy starting off? How has that changed over the years?
Yeah, thanks for picking me. I was going to volunteer after what Marley said. We've always had a really core value of creating relationships. If you've ever been here before, which I think Marissa may be the only person that's been in here, we have shakes and teas and other things too. And at face value, it may just be, you may think it's a transactional thing, but we are very intentional about creating relationships with all of our customers. And we have from the beginning. So we know almost everybody's name. If you've been here once, we know your kids' names, what you do for work, etc. So as a result of that, we're able to use those connections to touch base with other companies and organizations in the area. So we like to serve as much as we can. We were able to get out and serve at the women's conference that was here recently. And being a former teacher, I love any chance we can serve the schools. So we do energy drops at the schools and at businesses. But I feel like if you are able to, there's room for everybody to win. So if you're able to help somebody else feel better, it kind of comes back around to you. So that's kind of been our philosophy from the start. And of course, there's a lot of more nitty gritty stuff in there, but that is one of our main focuses for sure.
Absolutely. Well, Julian, thank you for watching this morning and commenting. We appreciate that. You made me think of something, Janie, when you were talking about the relationships that you make as a teacher. True or false? The better relationship you have with each individual child, the more you're able to teach them. Correct? The more you're able to serve them.
Yes.
Did any of what you learned about being a teacher and making those connections have an impact on how you run your business?
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever thought about it like that, but definitely. I feel like having and creating those relationships, the main thing it does is create trust with people. So, like when you're teaching, if a kid doesn't trust you, they're not going to listen to you. Most likely, they're not going to do what you are suggesting. So turning around to a customer, it's important for my customers to trust me, that we are giving them quality products and if we make a recommendation, they're going to trust because we already know, or they already know that we love them and we have that relationship with them. So it definitely goes hand in hand.
Well, you just made me think of something when you, I mean, we all know about the know, like, and trust factor and how important that is. But for a lot of us, and I'm other than bread, and I'm not picking on Alex here. Everybody loves bread, right? So I'm not saying it's an easy sell, but all you got to do is smell it for a minute, and then if you don't want it, something's wrong with you. But there's a lot of businesses. There's a lot of businesses where we have customers come in that want something, but it may not be what they need, right? Marley's that way. Marissa, you're probably that way, right?
Oh yeah.
So if we don't take the time to get them to trust us, how can we help serve them what they need rather than just giving them what they want? Because if we give them what they want, which you have to do to a certain extent, but it doesn't satisfy the problem, then they're never going to trust us, right? And so we kind of have to take that time and build those relationships. And for each and every one of us, the relationship that we build today and the trust that we earn today carries on in the form of referrals, right? Because now if someone needs a nutritional product and they're talking to someone that, I've been to Wylie Nutrition, and they are experienced, they're knowledgeable, they're going to tell you what you need, and you can trust them. That makes your job a lot easier down the road, right? Right, Janie? I mean, if you've got a group of customers within the Wylie area that become your brand ambassador, that helps so much. Marissa, I know you have the same thing. Marley, I mean, we all have that, and without picking on Alex again, you give somebody a piece of bread, I imagine they're running around telling everybody how great it is. So, Alex, let's go to you now. I want you to talk about networking. I mean, I first met you at the Master Networks event, and I was very impressed by how you stood in front. I mean, it's not easy to stand up in front of 30 people you don't know and deliver a message, no matter how short or sweet it is. And you did such a great job. So talk about how you go about networking to help grow that business that y'all have grown over the last 20 years.
I appreciate it. Well, I guess my number one thing is I never want to have a relationship and view it strictly as transactional, right? I genuinely enjoy, everyone that comes to my door, because those are the people who support us. Those are people who literally pay our water bill and, put food in our stomach. I'm grateful to all of them. So, I really want that to show in our interactions. And, the more valuable relationships we put extra effort into cultivating. But, I mean, we show the same love, the same respect. We try to make an effort to, remember as much as we can and truly be involved in as many people as possible. And I think that's been more fruitful in terms of life, and business is going to follow it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 100%. Marissa, what do you have to say on that?
So obviously with networking, there's multiple ways that you can approach it. And there's a lot of people that approach it unknowingly, which is totally fine. Nobody understands it until you're actually in it for a little bit. I think everything goes a long way whenever, like Alex was saying, you don't treat it as a transaction. So with Master Networks, off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you, how much ROI I've gotten or referrals. Not that I don't care, obviously I do care, but I think the value that I get from everybody else is so much more important. So I think that if I were speaking to somebody who is new to networking, getting into that area, I would tell them to approach it genuinely. Be yourself. People are going to do business with the person, not the company. There is so many companies out there that do what I do. There's so many other nutrition clubs. There's so many other, direct sales and all of that. So I think it's all about how you carry yourself, but not just Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 or 8 to 10, however long you're working. It's all day, every day. It's how you're in public on a personal level. It's how you're in public on a business level. If it's scripted and it's fake, then it can be seen. So I think it's all in how you carry yourself. The other thing is, you know, you don't take your money and everything you have when you leave this earth. So giving back as much as possible while you're here is something that I hold near and dear. I have to rein myself in a little bit because I'll just start, you know, here's this, here's this, here's this, oh, you need this, here you go, you know, and I love helping people. That's my favorite thing. And so I think that's why being in this industry is so nice. You know, I don't go out to customers' houses all the time. I will occasionally, but I just really think it's all about who you are. People are not doing business with you because you're Page Restoration. They're doing business with you because you're Jake and Marissa Page or whatever it may be. You know, there's so much to it.
You know, you make a great point. And for a lot of people that have watched the mainstream media, you know, and you hear about the greedy business owner, the greedy 1%. What people don't realize is that a lot of people, you know, just like Janie said, we do this because we want to spend time with our family and we want to provide for our family and we want to do well by our family. But we also take great satisfaction in giving back, right? I mean, there's just so much. There's a big event coming up, big event. There's an event that Master Networks is going to be doing here soon, and I don't know the exact title of it, but basically, the Master Networks group is going to donate a lot of water. Members are going to go out, and people that are working outside the road construction, they're going to pass out water.
Yeah, water down Wiley.
Yeah, water down Wiley. That's it. And so those are things that go unheard and unseen a lot of times, but the business owners love doing that. There's that's a way we show appreciation, right?
Mm-hmm.
This community has supported our businesses, and now we want to give back in different ways, and that's just one way that you know, business owners give back, and the way Master Networks is giving back. Marley, I know you've talked about it, and you know, I've listened to your story several times, and you've shared that in our Master Networks group about how the group has transformed you and giving you confidence. Talk a little bit about your strategy of networking now and why it's so important to be relational versus transactional.
Yeah. So for the first 3 years, for sure, if not a little longer, of my business, I was networking with people that I know, because you always start with your warm network. You start with the people who you've met, who you've known a long time. And a lot of my people are not local. So I was running my business online. So I've spent a lot of time learning how to build relationships online with people. And part of that requires you to post questions and polls and different things, different types of content to engage people so that you can learn about them, and following their profiles, having lots of friends that maybe you didn't necessarily want to friend them, but you need to see, you know, what's there. But when it comes to local, it's different. When my kids were little, we weren't out in the community as much. We didn't play sports, so they weren't in school. It was very challenging. I was at home, kind of stuck in this box, and I work from home, and so everything was here. And now that my kids are older and we've gotten out, like, it changes so much, and you meet people. But for me, being part of the Master Networks group, really focusing on those one-on-one relationships and really getting to know people on a personal level, not just I think some people don't like to talk about their business because, you know, I don't want to just have friends that I walk up and I'm like, oh yeah, come buy my stuff for me because I own a business. Like, I also want to be their friend. And so I don't break the ice necessarily with that. But with Master Networks, that's the expectation. You come in and you talk about your business, and that's expected because you have a business. You need to talk about it or it's not going to grow. But with Master Networks, though, they go that layer deeper, where you're really just digging in and learning about the person and about who they are and their family and the things that they do in the community. And then for me, one of the best applications is that face-to-face, because traditionally the format that I'm used to is like large groups of people, 10 to 12 people. You stand up, you do your presentation, you talk about your business, and then you hopefully make a connection. And I wasn't always making that connection to move to the next level to meet the next group of people. And so, when actually Maureen, she's a Mary Kay consultant in our group, and she sits down and has a goal to, do so many makeovers or makeup for people in a month. And so I said, well, how can I apply that to my business? And she and I kind of had a strategy session. And that's where I kind of came up with this idea to like set up a one-on-one consult with people, and go into their home or have them come into my home and say, okay, what is it that you struggle with? Do you have hard water stains? Are you, do you have asthma and allergies? Or are there things that bother you that you need help to tackle that specific job in your home? And then kind of say, okay, this is what I see that you have. This is what the labels say about these products. They might cause those flare-ups of asthma and allergies, or they might have an irritant in them that might make your skin have a rash. So here's my solution then. What can I give you to replace that? And so my whole approach to the traditional business model that's presented to me when I go to conferences and network with Norwex people, my whole approach has changed. And then my whole perception of myself as a business owner has changed too. And so really like setting myself apart and saying, yes, this is a business. So oftentimes I think direct sales is looked at as a hobby or not really a genuine source of income. But for those of us that do want to make it that, it's changed everything for me. So
That's a really great explanation. We're going to hit our third break. We're a little late on that, so we're going to go ahead and hit the third break. When we come back, I'm going to share just a little bit about the transactional relational anecdotal thing that I was told a few years ago. And I'm going to give everybody a chance to tell people how to get in touch with you, so that if they're looking for nutrition or bread or restoration or cleaning solutions, they'll know where to find you. So everybody stick around. We'll be right back.
The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie is made possible in part by Jenny Connolly with TC Roofing and Restoration. Trust TC to keep you leak-free. Jessica Cooper with Diesel Signs and Displays. The Power of Advertising. Lynn Heberly with Coldwell Banker Apex, guiding you home with heart and expertise. Caitlin Fiesel with Elite Diamond Cleaning. Your home and office is a diamond. Let's get it out of the dust. Dallas Jones with Rementis, bringing your memories and technology back to life. Melissa Mancini, owner of Melissa Mancini Photography. Don't let your babies grow up to be JPEGs. And by Marissa Page with Page Restoration. When the worst happens, let our family take care of yours. The North Texas Community Difference-Wylie. Together, we can make the difference.
And now back to the show.
All right, we are back. Hope everybody's enjoyed the show today. Fantastic guest and co-host. We're talking about networking and we talked a little bit, and I love when we get into that conversation about transactional versus relational. And I had a buddy of mine years ago tell me that the difference between being transactional and relational is if you're transactional, you're going to experience a reward once per person. But if you're relational, you will experience endless rewards because it's not always about the money. It's about the relationship. It's about them sharing with you and you figuring out better ways to help them and give them what they need. And I think that's really, I think that's the essence of being an entrepreneur. I think that is, face it, Alex, you mentioned 16 hours a day. Janie, you know what you've gone through to build the business that you've gone through. Marissa, Marley, y'all both have experienced the highs and the lows of being a business owner, the challenges. If it wasn't for the relationships that we have, it would be so easy to walk away. Because if it was just about the money, the headaches are not worth the money. It's not. It is the people we serve and the fact that we don't want to cut ties and go away from that. And I'm sure, Janie, that was that had to be a hard thing. I know it was for me when I left coaching, right? I'm like, I got to go, but I don't want to go because the relationships that I have with the other coaches, the relationships I've had with the kids, what kept me in coaching as long as I stayed was the fact that I couldn't get away from the freshmen. Every year there was a new group of freshmen. I'm like, well, I just want to see them play for 4 more years. So 4 years I'll quit. Well, next year's another group of freshmen. So I was on a treadmill I couldn't get off of. So now we want to go. We've got about 5 minutes left. So that's going to give each one of you about a minute to talk about your business. We're going to go with Janie first. We'll go with Alex and Marley and then Marissa. I want you to tell everybody a little bit, maybe something you haven't shared so far, and then how to get in touch with you.
All right. Thank you again for having me on. This was so much fun. I think I've covered a lot, but as far as what we actually have here, we do try to make nutrition fun. So how you can find us and find more about how we make it fun is we're very active on social media. So you can check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Wylie Nutrition. And we've got pictures of everything we serve. We always have something new and shiny to keep it new. And then one thing I did not mention is we also offer free fit camps. So they are offered on Monday and Wednesday evenings at 6:30 and Saturday at 9 a.m. And yes, they're free. There's no catch. That is just part of our mission of helping our community get as healthy as they can. So thanks for having me on, guys.
Where are you located, Janie?
Oh, we're on 501 West Brown Street.
Okay. Awesome. All right, Alex.
All right. So we're in Grand Prairie, but for all the Wylie listeners, African Place Grocery right next to Quick Trip and Discount Tires, our closest location in Wylie. So definitely stop by, support. Also another brand new business. The owner is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. You'll be able to get some nice African delicacies and drinks. And you can also, talk to me on Facebook, pretty much inquire about anything. We're wholesale, so if you have a store that you would like to have some of our bread, just let me know and we can get something worked out.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you being on today.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
All right, Marley. You're muted, Marley.
Sorry, I keep muting it because I don't want to cough really loud, and I've been still coughing. So
that's okay.
But I do run a lot of my business online through Facebook. I have Instagram, but primarily I nurture my customers in my VIP group on Facebook. And I do a lot of events and things like that. So I am looking to schedule. So if you want to set something up with me, you can reach out. The number on the screen is a text message line that I use for my business. And I would be happy to connect with you, set up one of those face-to-face meetings, come over and check out what you've got going on in your home and help you come up with some healthier, safer solutions.
Awesome. Marissa, we got 1 minute.
All right, I'll make it quick. So all of my contact information is below. I am available 24/7. I do like to sleep just a little bit, but I will answer any questions y'all may have. It's all tricky when it comes to water damage or mold in your home or your business. One thing I did want to touch on is we are located in Wylie. So Wylie and the local surrounding areas will do a free assessment. A lot of companies are charging estimate fees, rightfully so. I understand that, but if you ever have any questions or anything, definitely give me a call, shoot me an email, or reach me on Facebook, anything like that, and I'm happy to answer.
All right. Well, Marissa, Marley, thank you so much for having 2 wonderful guests. Janie and Alex, thanks for being on today. Everybody that watched, commented, thank you very much. Follow, subscribe, like, help us keep this show going, and we'll see everybody next week.
Thank you for watching today's show. If you like today's show, please share, like, and subscribe, and make sure to shop, buy, and hire in Wylie. Special thanks to all the guests, co-hosts, and sponsors of the North Texas Community Difference-Wylie.
Thank you for tuning in and watching our show. If you would like to see our next show, or more shows like this one, just click the QR code and go to show schedules, or just follow and subscribe to our channels to get updates and notifications of this show, and many others like it.